Hello, Seekers. It's Brooke over at BrookeReadsTarot.com, and this is your tarot outlook for the week beginning Sunday, November 13th, 2022. There is always the potential for profanity when I open my mouth, so my content is not intended for young audiences. If you enjoy our time together today, please visit BrookeReadsTarot.com to book a session of your own. And before I shuffle up, I'll kindly ask you to like, share, and subscribe on whichever platform you're joining me from. And please feel free to share these videos with someone that you love. So I'm going to ask the cards what we need to know for the week upcoming. For these outlooks, I like to turn cards for past or present as well as future. That way I can see if we have any previous or currently unfolding events that are influencing the week's happenings. So get yourself settled and say hello to my guide and doorkeeper, Fergus. I'm going to take a few breaths and open the channel. Mother Goddess, Father God, guides, guardians, ancestors, please be with me now as I have need of your knowledge of all things past, present, and future. Please grant that I am the perfect channel. Please grant that I am the perfect receiver. Please grant that I am a perfect interpreter of your wisdom as it comes through the cards. Fergus, please open the door to any and all benevolent, loving beings and the dearly departed of those who are experiencing this transmission in a timely fashion, who would like to contribute truthful, accurate, and relevant information to the session. And lastly, please bring me to the level that I need to be so that I may serve both the living and the dead. And so it is. Now I'm going to shuffle and cut here 3 times. This is shuffle and cut number 1. And shuffle and cut number 2. And whatever it is that you are joining me from, I hope today is a wonderful day for you. And we're going to shuffle and cut number 3. Okay, now our 5 cards that are going to influence the week upcoming. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups, 7 of Cups, the Tower, and the 7 of Wands. And our cards for the week itself upcoming, I am just going to lay over here. All right, let's start with some conflict. My darlings, when the Tower card comes up, this is the, the card that says the shit has hit the fan, for lack of a better term. Yeah, this is a situation that feels like a disaster, feels like a catastrophe. The knocking down of the plans, the knocking down of whatever structure we had become comfortable with, this all feels like a big bolt out of the blue. But what we need to remember about the Tower is that even though things feel like they are crumbling, even though it seems like the house is on fire and our sense of reality has just been completely demolished, there are solid foundations that will be left from this situation that it is in our best interest to objectively and maturely assess so that we may rebuild in a sturdier fashion. Okay, out of the ashes, out of the rubble of the situation can rise something that is much better and better serves all of those involved. Okay, the other thing that I always like to make note of with the tarot card, the Tower card, is the figures here Have they decided to jump? Or have they been pushed out of this situation against their will? That is a question that needs answering. Okay. Do you have an option if you feel that the foundations are starting to crumble? Do you have an option to leave, or are you going to wait? Are you going to procrastinate until you have no choice but to be pushed out on someone else's terms? Ugh. Yeah. However, the Seven of Wands shows us that there is leadership here. Perhaps maybe that person who takes control of this situation and exerts their energy to organize themselves and others into a proactive plan. Is that your person? Or are we reading the Seven of Wands in its negative connotation, which is the card of the shit disturber? The one who gets everybody cranked up, the one who weaponizes their outlook and their personal agenda to manipulate others. So again, remember, this is a past situation or one that is currently unfolding. What is it? What is it? If it has not yet come to pass, that means that it is unfolding, and this is your heads up to take a sniff for smoke. Yes? Yes. All right. We'll set those over here and move on. Now, when it comes to the rubble that may be left from this collapsing situation, the Seven of Cups shows us that you have many emotionally gratifying, emotionally rewarding, emotionally satisfying directions that you can take. The Seven of Cups is one of two cards in the tarot that says to me, make a wish. Make a wish, and so long as it is aligned with what is your heart's truest desire, what is the true desire of your higher self, because the rubble of this, yeah, we're not playing with whatever bullshit that was. That is the crumbling of something that no longer serves. And why would we reach for more of what has already been destroyed? Okay, this is an opportunity to reach upward toward things that satisfy the higher self. All right. Seven of Cups says when you let your heart choose, when you let your higher self guide you, you cannot get this new direction wrong. So what do you want? Do you want adventure? Do you want wisdom, financial security, relationships, a better understanding of the emotional and metaphysical world? It's all there for you. Choose what seems like more of what your heart really wants and what truly brings you peace and excitement. Do you remember excitement without anxiety? Yeah, time to get back in touch with that sort of energy. You can't get this wrong. Have some faith in yourself. All right. Now we're going to come over here with the Three of Cups. And this is going to be a very welcome gathering after the conclusion of this stressful situation as evidenced by the Tower, or this is going to be exactly the remedy for said situation. The Three of Cups is the card of class reunion, family reunions, getting together with the people who love you best and whose company that you truly appreciate and that you want more of. And when I see grapes and fruit in my cards, it shows a sharing of prosperity. It shows a generosity with the produce, with the fruits of our labor, with the seeds that we have sown, sharing our bounty with people who love us and respect us and who truly want our company simply for the love of us. So if you've got anything going on with your family and your loved ones, it's going to have a good time. Really get into the spirit of the thing and celebrate each other. If you don't have anything on your schedule for socializing or getting together with the people who just make you so happy that you took the time, reach out and get something scheduled here, okay? And follow through. Follow through, you social quitters. This company and the wisdom, the generous wisdom that comes with these people who love you so much, this is precisely what you're going to need right now. All right? Now, and again, that is an influencing thing for the week upcoming. However, even if that indicates a past gathering where you already received good, solid, loving advice about what to do about this crumbling situation, get more of it on your schedule because it's going to be just what the doctor ordered. And the Ace of Pentacles, Pentacles being our house of the material, the financial, the job, the real estate. There is a success in that house for you that has either taken place or that is currently unfolding, that is yielding information and guidance and direction that is going to give you victory and completion in this sphere. Okay? Take a look at things that had worked out well for you because you planned well or because you took advice from someone who was successful in this sector and who was doing something that you felt was appropriate that you learn how to apply for yourself. That wisdom, that success is going to serve you very well in the upcoming week. It is going to influence what's coming. Okay, now let's get on here to the cards for the week, the actual week upcoming of November 13th. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Let's start with these two pentacles. Now, when the Five of Pentacles comes up, it's not very often for me that this card indicates future financial hardship, okay? Unless you've made some spectacularly stupid decisions. All right, unless you were greedy or unnecessarily took risks with your financial stability. All right, that's usually not what this card means for me. But if you did those things and you're owning up to them, maybe that tower moment is going to create some difficulties for you. Okay, but again, you've got options. If this is in the wind for you, are you going to get your wits about you and remove yourself, exit the building, or are you going to wait and panic until you are pushed? All right. But how I want to read it for the general public tuning in, the Five of Pentacles, this is a card that shows that we're feeling worse for wear. We feel like we have been walking the long, hard road. We are tired. We are hungry, and we just feel like there is very little rest in sight. The other thing about the Five of Pentacles, it feels like we are on the outside looking in. When we observe what other people choose to show us about their lives, about themselves, gee, it all looks so pretty and shiny and tied up with a nice, neat little bow. And we are out here feeling like we are up to our ass in snow with no help and just no relief. Honey, it's an illusion. It's an illusion. Do not believe for one moment that everyone else has it so much better. They are only showing you what they want to show you. People do not like to admit their mistakes. They do not like to admit their faults. The ego will want us to make it look like we are doing better than others. Okay, just let it go. You are where you are right now, and nothing is going to change the fact that whatever step that you take forward, you are going to be doing it from where you stand right now, not from where someone else looks like they are standing. And I'm going to follow that up with the Six of Pentacles. Now, On the surface, the Six of Pentacles always looks like this is charity. This is giving to others who are less fortunate, but it almost never reads like that when I pull it. This is a card that says to us, we have settled, or we are about to settle for what someone else has determined that we are worth, for what someone else has decided that we should be thankful for. Who or what are you allowing to make you call yourself, well, good enough? This is the best I can do. This is all that I'm worth. What is this influence? What is this example? Okay? You're never going to feel like you're making your own way or that you are getting what you are worth or what you deserve if you allow someone else to dictate that for you. Okay, this is a matter of someone else's opinion. If you are working your ass off for somebody who doesn't appreciate you and who isn't paying you what you need in order to make even a modest lifestyle go around, it's time to reassess what you think you are worth, because that is the first step to finding a more congenial and appreciative situation that will yield you the sort of financial stability, financial fluidity that you deserve. Now, in order to do that, we are going to have to engage the energy of the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is a literal 180-degree change in how we have decided to view a situation or look at a problem or obstacle. This is often the card that says, you know what? We have been beating our heads up against this wall, this brick wall of it is what it is, and the sameness and the stuckness of that. It's time to take a breath, go outside, and truly reorient yourself. You will not make any progress on this until you find the courage to think truly different thoughts and entertain truly different potential, remedies for this, okay? And if we are talking about this in conjunction with the Tower, let's ask this question. The situation that is coming to a collapse, is it collapsing because of the stuckness of our outlook? Is this because of our rut? Is this because of our inability, lack of desire to even entertain the road less traveled? The Tarot is really good at calling us out on our own bullshit. Is this Tower a situation of your own making because you decided it was good enough? Someone else said this was good enough. This feels like it's sort of adequate enough right now, so I'd rather, settle for a remote sense of safety than to exercise my individuality and my, personal energy and my experiences. Yeah. How you decide to look at that tower collapsing, how you decide to view that situation is going to be your make it or break it. Is it the disaster that you have decided it was? Or is it an opportunity to release yourself and perhaps others from that which does not serve? These are trying times. These are exciting times. We're all, I think, experiencing a certain amount of uncertainty and upheaval. Our society in America right now is having some really interesting conversations and making some really interesting choices in a lot of different sectors. Okay? So, how you decide to look at it, all right, and how open-minded you decide to be is going to determine your success here. And I'm going to follow that up with the Four of Cups. Now, this card reads one of two ways, depending on which end of the situation you find yourself on. This can be a, no, No, I'm not having any more of this. You are offering me more of what I have already said I do not want more of and will not tolerate. So no, no, you're going to have to find somebody else to foist it on. You're going to have to find someplace else to put it because I'm going to cross my arms so that you literally cannot put it in my hands. Fuck off. Or is this a card that says you are looking so hard in all of the wrong places for the thing that you want more of, that you cannot see that it is literally being offered right under your nose. The Four of Cups and the Hanged Man very often turn up together when we need to look in a different place, to lift our eyes up from where we have always been looking in order to find the thing that we have actually been looking for, okay? It could be right under your nose, but your perception, the way that you have decided to look at this, the way that you have decided to feel about this, is literally making you blind to the fact that it is right there. Now, I'm going to come in here and finish up with the Queen of Wands. Now, for those of you who are tuning in, this may be a message from a dearly departed. When court cards come up for me, most often kings and queens, they can represent a mature person who has already passed. And for the Queen of Wands, this will be a mature female with a springtime birthday who is coming in to remind you that you are loved and supported. But the Queen of Wands shows me that this turmoil, this situation, whatever it is that is on your plate for this week, there is going to be a uniquely feminine but energetic solution for this, because remember, wands are our house of doing. They are our house of action. They are forward movement. They are growth. They are goals that we set and actually work toward, okay? And the Queen of Wands says we can get this done, but our actions are going to be more carefully chosen. We are going to use a little more discrimination about where we apply our energy and the tasks that we put our hands to. This is not going to be a brute force, push it, push it, push it, put your back into it until something gives situation. That's not what this is. That's not what the solution is going to be. Okay. So interesting times coming up this week, but in light of whatever this difficulty is that the Tower is showing us, I have no cards in here whatsoever that say that you are not capable or that you do not have what it takes in order to make the most of this, in order to make the best out of this. Like I said, you've got some choices here. Are you going to panic and make Scooby-Doo legs until you are pushed out of the building with no options? Or are you going to exit stage left so that you can retain more of what you have and take a little breather on your own terms to regroup and decide where you want to go next? All right. I've got nothing here that says that it is in your best interest to accept defeat, even though you may be feeling a little worse for wear. Again, I think the most important card in this entire reading comes down to the Six of Cups. Are you allowing someone else or some other influence to convince you that what you've got and where you are is good enough and you should be grateful for it? There is no shame or sin in wanting to do better for yourself, better for your family, in whatever sector of life we are talking about. Okay? There's a big difference between self-sufficiency and greed. We are not talking about greed here. We are talking about personal value. We are talking about being properly and honorably remunerated for the efforts that we give and the people that we work for. Okay? You don't have to settle. And that doesn't come from a place of ego. That comes from a place of expansion. Expansion and prosperity for you and for your loved ones and for your future. Okay? You can do this. The Queen of Wands shows you that you can do this because queens are exactly what they sound like. They exercise complete dominion and mastery over their domain. Okay, so find out what this is and own it. How do we say? Maybe make it your bitch. All right, seekers, that's all I've got for now. And I give my thanks to all who lovingly sat with me today. May we have the good sense to pay attention to what we've been shown and to remember that we are loved and supported. Fergus, please close the door until next time. Please like, share, and subscribe, and visit BrookeReadsTarot.com to book your session. Make it a good week, seeker, and remember, small improvements add up to tremendous progress. Till next week.